Hello, bookish friends in the internet. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. And for today's video, I need to pull up my phone because I have all the information on my notes page. This time around for this video is going to be the Merry Bookmas announcement. So, yay! It's that time of year again where my dearest friends here on BookTube, my three best friends, I should say, Melanie from Completely Melanie, Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me, and Clint from Readers. They are hosting another round of Seasonathon, and if you don't know, Seasonathon happens every single season. And this time it's time for winter. So the dates are happening December 1st through the 31st, so it's happening throughout the whole month of December. There's a live show. I don't remember the date because I forgot to write it down, but I'll leave all the information down in the description. But there is an after-hour show January 7th because they want everyone to enjoy the holiday and not have to worry about attending a live show. And then there's also an author chat January 7th at 3 p.m. There's reading sprints, which I forgot to write down on my phone. And then there's also a movie watch-along, which is happening December 11th. Again, all these informations are going to be listed down below. My TBR is going to be massive this December because it's the final month of the year. And I'm trying to wrap up as many series as possible or get caught up with so many series that I have. There are 12 challenges here on my phone. So I'm going to go through the challenges first, and then I'll show you what books I picked for each prompt. So this might be a long video, so grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a blanket, grab whatever you want, and let's just chat about the Merry Bookmas Readathon. So challenge 1 is sugar cookies. Read something sweet. Challenge 2 is candy canes. Read a book with red or white on the cover. Challenge 3 is hot chocolate. Read something that will make you hot. Challenge 4 is eggnog. Read a book you aren't quite sure of. Challenge number 5 is gingerbread. Read a book with people on the cover. Challenge 6 is a new latte. Read a book with magic in it. Challenge 7 is holiday pudding. A book featured a holiday. Challenge 8 is going to be sugar plums. Read a book that is a fairy tale or retelling. Challenge 9 is fruitcake. Read a book with lgbtqia rep. Challenge 10 is Reindeer, a book with an animal on the cover or in the story. And challenge 11 is chestnuts, make your favorite holiday beverage or treat. And then the last challenge is popcorn art, read the group book, which is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name. That is an indie published dark romance book that I'm not going to read because I'm not really into like dark romances at all. But I know a few of my friends like Melanie, Kaylani, and Clint, they're obviously all into that. So you won't be reading the group book for that. But yeah, those are all the 12 challenges. Now let me get these rearranged. So for a book with, do I have these in the right order? Hold on a second. Gotta do some rearranging over here. I'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that. I thought I had them in order, but I didn't. Anyway, so for challenge 1, I picked for a book to read something sweet. I picked one of my contemporary books that I meant to read earlier this year, and I just never got around to it. And that is Right Where I Left You by Julian Winters. I got sent this book to me from Penguin Teen, so thank you so much, Penguin Teen, for sending this my way. I'm so sorry I haven't read or reviewed it yet, but hopefully in December I can. I know this can also go for LGBTQIA rep in air, because there's definitely a lot of that in this book. I had never read anything by Julian Winter, so I'm excited to see what this is going to be about. I know Becky Albertalli blurbed this, so I definitely trust Becky when she talks about it. She say, is it even possible to read this book without smiling? So honestly, with that blurb alone, I feel like this will be a sweet little sunshine of a book, I guess. I don't really know too much about this, to be honest. I know it's set in a comic book store where it has a comic book accepts character. Yeah, I honestly try not to know a whole lot going into my contemporaries, but I feel like this will be a sweet little fun book to read during the December month, because normally I save my contemporary books for spring and summer, so we love that. And then next challenge is sugar cookies or candy canes. Read a book with red and white on the cover. This one I'm very excited. I just got this one this month. Spoiler alert for my November book haul. But that is Blood Marked by Tracy Deonn. I am buddy reading this with my friend Lori next month, and I'm very excited to see what me and her will think of this, because we both loved book 1. We absolutely gave it 5 stars, so I cannot wait to see what we will think about this one. But if you don't know what Blood Marked is, this is the second and final book in the Legendborn duology. So yes, after I read this, I will have another series off my list, which makes me so happy but also so nervous, because I don't want my favorite characters to get hurt. Cough cough, Tracy Deonn. But yeah, I'm very excited. It's one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and I'm hoping I love this, and I have a feeling this might be a 5-star prediction. Sorry, my phone keeps closing out. Hot chocolate, read something that will make you hot. This can be for the definition of hot, and this can be for something like a contemporary book that is steamy, or it can just make a book that can make you mad. I think this book will make me mad because this author killed off a lot of characters in book 2, and I'm scared to read this one because this is the 3rd book in this adult fantasy series. And yes, it's not Brandon Sanderson, but it is like getting there to be my favorite like of fantasy books. My friend Taylor would be so happy that I'm finally reading this one, and that is Ruin by John Gwynne. I am nervous. I don't know why I have this on my TBR for a readathon. I'm happy it's only happening throughout the whole month of December. If it was only like 1 week like they used to do, I would not have time to read this book. I am so nervous for this one. Like I said, I read book 1 and 2 earlier this year and absolutely loved it. And I don't want to do what I did with Mistborn and take away too much time from this world. I think there's a 4th book after this, so I do have 1 more book to read after reading this one. But my friend Taylor said she cried the most in this one, and I'm scared to see what that means. I know he's gonna kill some characters off because that's what she warned me about, but she didn't tell me who it was. So if it's one of my favorite characters in here, I'm not gonna say her name, but if it's one of my favorite characters in here, I'm gonna be screaming. It's gonna make me so mad. So that's why I picked this chunky beast of a fantasy novel. But yeah, Taylor, I'm finally reading it, and you can have your copy back next year. Next is to read a book you're not quite sure of. This one, I'm not too sure if I will like it because I do own the sequel because it was a Book of the Month edition. And this has been out for a whole entire year, and that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is a book talk sensational read right now. Everyone's been loving it. This can also go for reading something that will make you either hot or read something that is sweet. I own Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood, so I'm not too sure if I will read both of them in December, but if I do, that will be awesome. And again, this is a Book of the Month edition, so if I do get it read in December, I will get a Book of the Month book off my shelf. And it's not that long either compared to Ruin. So definitely will help me in between these heavy fantasy books that you will see. Sorry for voice and sniffling. I'm a little under the weather, but I wanted to film a lot. So the next challenge is read a book with people on the cover. And I feel like I picked this book for every single prompt for read a book with people on the cover, and I just never get around to doing it. And that is A Beast of Prey, oh no, Beast of Ruin by Ayana Gray. Speaking of my friend Taylor, as you guys know, bought me this book when I was in the hospital over the summer because of my heart surgery. And she was like, what is the one book that you want me to get right now? And at the time, I was so excited for Beast of Ruin. I was actually reading the e-arc of this at the hospital, and I was really enjoying it. I don't remember how far I got, so I have to go on my iPad here afterwards and see how far I got. But I'm definitely going to restart it in December. And again, it's a bit chunky, so I'm nervous and excited to see what's going to happen in the sequel. And I know book 3 is going to come out sometimes next year, so that will be really interesting. I read book 1 for my Queer Reads book club last year and really enjoyed it. I gave it like 5 stars, and it was just a fun first book in a new fantasy series, and I honestly just can't wait to dive into the sequel, and hopefully I'll complete the trilogy sometimes next year if the 3rd book comes out. The next challenge is to read a book with magic in it, right? Yep, to read a book with magic in it, and I have a feeling this book has magic, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be so mad. But that is Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. This is Adrienne Young's first adult fantasy novel, and again, it's a little chunky. Well, actually, it's not really chunky, it's kind of small. So this will definitely help me out with my reading challenge. And I just absolutely love Adrienne Young's writing. I fell in love with her through the, what's her first book that she had? Sky in the Deep was her first one, right? Fake fan. Yeah, Sky in the Deep was the first book that I read by her and absolutely loved it. I haven't read The Last Legacy yet, or Saint, because Saint isn't out yet. But I definitely want to read this one first before getting to The Last Legacy and Saint. But if I love this one, I will definitely pick up those 2 books. I bought this in September of this year, and I haven't read it yet. So I'm hoping I will love this because my friend Charlie almost DNF'd this, she said. So I'm curious to see why she almost DNF'd it. But I've been hearing mixed reviews about this one, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just nervous for this one. Next is to read a holiday book, and for that one I pick You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince, by Timothy Javonsky. If you guys don't know, this is my Queer Reads book club pick for the month of December, so if you would like to join us, please let me know down below in the comments. I will definitely add you to our group chat that we have on Instagram. Queer Reads also have an Instagram account. I've been bad at posting stuff on there. I just mostly been posting on my own personal account. So next year I'll get better at posting on the book club account. Anyways, this is definitely centered around the holidays, obviously around Christmas time. This is about Matthew Prince, who is young, rich, and thoroughly spoiled, and he also don't remember his parents, and it's also set in a small town where he goes to live with his grandparents, and then one day he meets this guy at a coffee shop and whatnot. So it just sounds super cute, super adorable, and I cannot wait to read this one. I know everyone in our group chat is very excited for this to be our December read, and I'm very excited for it too. So, adult romance, I don't really read a whole lot, as you guys know, but very excited and curious to see what this one is going to be about. Next is a retelling, and for that one I picked Conceal Don't Feel by Gingerbread. I started this book so many times and I have not yet finished it. I literally got that far into it as well. So I'm like 6 chapters into it and I have not yet continued in the book. So again, I'm going to restart this book in December. And I was like, oh, I want to read A Twisted Tale, and then I forgot I haven't read this one yet. And I know my friend Taylor owns this book as well. So I think Taylor and I are going to buddy read this one. But I'm very excited. It says, what if what if Anna and Elsa never knew each other? And it's just a bunch of twisted tale stories from the Disney world, and this one is going to be Frozen, obviously, and I hear mixed things about this one as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Clint has read this as well, and he said it was his least favorite, I think, but I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But again, another short fantasy book that's on my TBR, so we love that. Next is to read a book with lgbtqia in it. Any of these books that I've shown so far can count for it, but I really want to get to Only on the Weekends by Dean Atta, who's the author of The Black Flamingo, which I read the year it came out and was sobbing in it. And I don't really cry in books that often, so if a book can make me cry, it's definitely a good thing. Only on the Weekends is a LGBTQIA contemporary novel that is written in verse, so it would definitely be an easy read for me, because it's written in verse, and that's what verses look like, in case you didn't know. So I don't know why, oh, there goes my bookmark. I don't know why this book is so big with the way that it's written, so I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in here, and hopefully I'll love this one, because this is one of my most anticipated reads, and I actually bought this during my birthday month, which was June, and I have not yet read it at all, so excited to get to this one, and I hope this is a 5-star read. It looks super cute on the cover, so I just can't wait to see what this is about, and I hope Dean Atta has more books afterwards, after this one. But yeah, super excited to get to this. And then the final prompt is books with animal on the cover or in the title or in the story. And I'm finally getting around to this. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know I keep saying I'm going to read this book every single month, and I haven't yet. And that is Call Down the Hawk by Maggie Stiefvater. Obviously, hawk is an animal, in case you didn't know. This is the first book in the Dreamer trilogy, and I have all 3 books, so if I want to, I can maybe, I don't know, this is a little ambitious of me, binge read all 3 books in this trilogy. So I don't know if that's gonna happen during Season-a-thon, but if it does, that will be great motivation for me, because like I said, December is gonna be me wrapping up series, and I have a bunch that I need to get to still, so this will definitely help. I'm gonna start book 1, then make my way through the trilogy. Very excited, very nervous for this. This has been on my shelf since 2019, and I have all 3 books on my shelf now, so yeah, I'm very nervous for this. Hopefully I love it. And I'm also very nervous for this because after I read this and then I read book 2 and 3, that'll be the end of the Raven Cycle universe. And if you guys don't know, the Raven Boys was one of my favorite series ever. I read it because of booktube and it was amazing. So I'm nervous for this one, but also very excited for it. So yeah. So even though all these titles are backwards for you guys, this is everything I am reading for the Merry Bookmas Readathon. Let me know if you guys are going to be participating in the Merry Bookmas Readathon. If not, you guys should. It's really funny every single year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like to buddy read any of these books with me, please let me know down below. I would love to do any certain type of buddy reads with you guys. I hope you all are staying safe, happy, healthy, and I will chat with you guys down in the comments below. I hope you all have a great day or night whenever you guys are watching this, and I will chat with you guys down below. Bye.